And come here, I suppose people want to know, because, you know, people love you and they care about you and everything. So you've had mental health troubles, I suppose, kind of brought on by the drinking?
Yeah, I would have thought so, yeah. I mean, plus obviously the drugs as well. I mean, when I was 35, I took some of that white stuff. So I see it, yeah, that
you say you took some, you kind of went on a bender for a while.
Yeah, that drove us loopy, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So you boozed away for however long, it was fine, and then...
I would have come out and I was like, wow, that's all right. And then I ended up in a loopy, but I mean, I remember playing the away game 6 weeks, non-stop playing the 10-pin bowling, so if anyone wants a game of 10-pin bowling away, I'm brilliant at that. And then there was just the police come in, and I was in the bath, I was bollock naked, and the coppers come in. I remember I had some sleeping tablets and a bottle of whiskey or something, and the police went, what are you doing? I said, I'm trying to kill myself. They were just laughing at us, and they went, the ride was out of the bath, and I said, I need to get back in. So what's the matter? I said, I haven't washed my hair yet. That's when I knew I'd flipped. So I get to the loony bin, like, you know, and so they weren't supposed to be in there for 3 months, but I was only in there 12 days. I chatted up with a therapist, I think, as well, so that was all right. But it wasn't a good time at that time. I mean, I did go a bit loopy, like, I think.
Yeah.
I looked at the daft things I did, like, you know.
Yeah. And you kind of had a bit of a wobble again during the summer, didn't you?
Yeah, just a little bit,
Yeah. What were
I
you
get
thinking?
bored again, then I get excited, and I have to do something mad, and the next
what were you thinking when you turned up at the your man, the Raoul Moat thing?
Oof. I was sitting in the house and I was bored, and then we just started having a few drinks, and he just come on the headlines, Moat, Rothbury, 2 police with a gun at his head or something, and I went, oh, I know him.
Did you know him?
No.
Right.
I remember we used to be on the doors. I remember a couple of times being on the doors in Newcastle, and I just I got some chicken, a fishing rod, a couple of cans, and a blanket to keep them warm or something.
Yeah.
And I got in the taxi driver, I was in the taxi, and I said, "That's where you going?" He says, "Okay, just keep on driving." And this is what I've been in the news for a while, you know. And I said, "Rothbury." And the taxi driver started shitting himself. He was like, "Oh, you're not going there?" I said, yeah, just a friend of mine." He went, "Not him, is it?" I went, yeah. Taxi driver, "No, Paul, please." I said, "No, he's a good friend of mine." I remember
we shouldn't be laughing about this, by the way.
But I remember the policeman stopped, and I got out with a chicken in one hand, cans, and a rod on my back. And he went, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to see my mate, Morty." The police were laughing their heads off, you know, and they went, "How about Paul?" And I went, no, it was so funny. I said, I remember saying, "I know where he is." And I went, "Where?" And I says, "There he is." I says, the helicopter light's on him." And Paul, "That's a star." It was a star, you know, bright star. I thought it was a helicopter light.
Right.
But then I turned around, I thought, I better get home, like, and the taxi driver had done a runner. He shut off. I think he panicked, and I had to get lifted home at photographer. And then it was just the next year. It was the next year. I was like, I had 15, 20 messages, and I thought, oh, what have I done yesterday? And
you didn't remember it all the next day?
It was like, oh my God, I am in trouble. And but I thought, Sky knew straight away, bump. So is it?
But listen, so you're good now anyway,
yeah,
and you're optimistic about being good in the future.
Hopefully.
And, yeah.
But I've hopes. Like a couple of good things have come up.
Listen,
cheers.
It's been a real pleasure having you, and it's great to see you looking fantastic and feeling so good and everything. And I'm sure everyone feels the same, because we all do love you. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Gascoigne.